Hey guys, it's Shannon, and before I jump on into this video, I do want to thank you guys so much for going and sending so much love and support to Thuman after my last or second to last video. No, it's definitely second to last because I had the other one ready to go. Okay, I am writing this the same day that video came out, and while I have another video scheduled to go live before that one, I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my cold heart because in the first 24 hours of that video going live, over 7,000 of you went over to her YouTube and subscribe, and you followed her on other social medias, and you just broadcasted loudly your support of her. As someone who has been targeted online before, although to a much smaller degree, I know how isolating it can be, and Thuman has communicated to me how overwhelming this whole situation became. She was getting so many vile comments about everything, telling her to hurt herself, and generally just spewing the most vile things at her, and because she wanted to ignore the comments and act like it wasn't affecting her and not like feed the trolls and keep it to herself and try to move forward, because she tried to do that and she was taking the burden on by herself, she felt like no one genuinely cared and that somehow she was in the wrong for all of this. And all the support that you guys showed her in the last video let her know that that was not the case. She is not alone. She has a community of people behind her who love her art, who want to see her successes and are here for her. I am so proud of her for standing up for herself and finding her voice, and I am so thankful to you guys because you let her know she's not alone. That entire community of people are right here with her, and they're willing to call out this garbage when they see it, and I truly appreciate the hell out of that. I still believe that nobody deserves to have a platform, least of all me, but the fact that some good has come out of this and we could help that cooks my goose. If you know what I mean, which I don't know what I mean, but whatever. So with that said, I just wanted to thank you guys, but let's get into this video. Last month, I made a video about Lillee Jean and updated you guys on some of the super fun, super low-key, super not problematic things she's been doing lately. Things like how she full out doxed another YouTuber, Tater Tatiana, on every platform she had, and how she put copyright strikes on people like Callie Mari's and the Christian Show's channel, and then went on to lie and say that she graciously, kindly, out of the kindness of her heart, took those strikes off of their channel, when in reality YouTube found them to be fraudulent, and she wrote them multiple emails asking them to reinstate them. Lillee Jean has been a busy little bumblebee, and while my video didn't cover everything she had gotten up to, it did go over a lot of the sillier things she had done in the past couple weeks. And with that, I thought I was good. I thought I was done, but nope. I am never done with this situation. I'm always gonna be pulled back in. It's a lot. And I say that now because the other day she put out a disaster of a video, like one of her worst. She's done bad videos before, like all of her acting videos where she shows the cadence of a 5-year-old on Disney Channel, but she put out this terrible video where she quite literally says that everyone that doesn't like her, everyone who's been critical of her and her mother and the things that have come out of their mouth probably, like when they tried to get multiple people to mass report and mass flag my channel and my Twitter because I talked about them, Lillee Jean said that everyone who's called her out, we're only doing that because we're brainwashed and in a literal cult. You heard that right. We are in a cult, my dudes. Did you know? I didn't know. I thought we were just bros. Turns out we're some culty ass bitches. I mean, okay, sure, why the heck not? My will to live right now is already low. My energy is gone. I mean, I just found out that one of my childhood friends is a full-on murderer, so like, you know what? Sure, fine. Why wouldn't this happen? Why wouldn't she say that I was in a cult? Why wouldn't that be happening on this very day of March 6th, 2021? Also, why not just go further and say that everyone in the cult is also in a band and we're touring around the country while also solving mysteries like Josie and the Pussycats? Why stop at we're just in a cult, my dude? That's so low effort. That's weak. We go balls deep into stupidity here. Like, let's really get our dicks wet in this garbage. Sorry, I'm kidding. I'm tired, and I really did just find out an old friend on purpose killed somebody. So like, my mind is just going through it. I'm processing this in real time with you all. I mean, obviously though, I was kidding. We're not in a cult. That's not real. Obviously it's not real. But straight up, I feel like me trying to explain that to Lillee, to her, is like me trying to explain to someone that the sky isn't green, but they are very dead set that it is. Like in debates and arguments with people, there should be the smallest bit of common ground. Things that you can agree on, things that that you can say like, yes, this is a fact, this is accurate. That way you can both argue a point and then come to a similar conclusion, or just like show that you are compatible and you agree on the realities of the situation. But with Lillee, she is so anti everyone who's ever criticized her or even asked her a question that we are at the point where if I were to say the sky is blue, I'm dead set. I think she would disagree because that's how much she hates me. She'd be like, no, it's not. You are a liar. You are a piece of shit, Shannon. How dare you say the sky is blue? That blue sky killed me. Like, it's that illogical. But today, we are going to be going over Lillee Jean's latest work of art, that being the video that she made entitled Swatting Identity Theft, PTSD, an update on stalker assholes. Short vlog update, which is quite the title. So, let's get into this bullshit, shall we? Okay, so this is recorded right after I finished doing everything else. So I was going to put clips of her in the video. However, because I have a big, thick, juicy brain full of Jimmy Neutrons, I remembered that her fetish is copyright striking and claiming videos because she doesn't understand fair use, which everything on YouTube is fair use, and it's honestly that simple. So instead, I'm just going to be telling you what she said and trying to remember to put a timestamp on screen for when she said the thing in her video so you guys can go and find it. Luckily, I did script like at this mark she said this, so we should be good. But like, does that make your viewing experience a little bit worse? Yes, it does. But let's be real, my first 100 or so videos were all recorded in my car. Quality is not what you come to me for. So she starts the video by saying at the 20-second mark that everything that has happened, everything that she's been called out for, it's all biased. And it's all based in lies started by Diane, who has been chronicling Lillee for a while. She states outright that Diane, who she calls a witch, has made false claims against her, said she's racist without proof, said she's transphobic without proof, and that pretty much everything she's been called out for, despite us seeing her write it, despite us seeing her saying it, yeah, it's all based in lies and fabrications. Which, I mean, you guys just heard me say, that's not factual at all. You see, Lillee Jean, she forgets we have proof of the things she has said and done over the past couple years. Like the time she did her own no hate campaign to stand up for gay rights and randomly just decided to include in her blog post about her makeup campaign that she made up. She randomly decided to post a bit about how black people won't acknowledge that some black people own slaves. And she used that as an epic own for people for some reason. Like she really said this: white people, black people, Asian Americans all experience some sort of negative connotation towards them at one point in their lives because people cannot forget and move on in peace. A part of them enjoys turmoil, if you think about it deeply. Heck, some people still bring up the ploy of my ancestors were in the slave trade, yet when confronted won't acknowledge the fact that some Africans, and this next bit is all caps, so imagine her yelling, that some Africans owned their own slaves, and some owned the largest plantations. Pitiful, really. She really said in her fake no hate campaign that everyone needs to stop bringing up slavery because reasons. And she really said that. That was her move. In her fake no hate campaign she did, she just let that all hang out. No reason, she's just doing that. But she is out here pretending she never said a racist thing in her life, which, all right, sure. You know what? I believe it. She's also forgetting that super racist rant her mother went on a month ago. Reminder, her mother is her manager. So like, it does reflect on her. But her mother went on a super racist rant about a month ago because she didn't like Tater Tatiana, who was supporting Black Lives Matter. And then Lillee went on to say that she didn't want to support black-owned businesses because she thought that would be racist. So like, Miss Thing is really out here being like, there's no definitive proof that I've ever said anything prejudicial or racist, despite the fact that there are literal threads dedicated to chronicling it and dedicated to like, she said this now. Oh, look, she said this. Like, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it works. Jesus fuck. As for the transphobia, she did do a podcast with her crabapple of a mother where she talked about how they don't think non-binary people are real. But again, for some reason, she's acting as if she hasn't fully documented her entire life history online for years, and that the fact that people are holding her accountable for the dumb shit that she's said, that she's put out online, she's like, that's not okay. You guys can't hold me accountable for the things I monetized and put online. And you guys knowing about it, that means you're stalking me. Which, no, Lillee, nobody's stalking you. We are literally just listening to you and realizing you're gross through your actions. But that was just the first 20 seconds. Let's continue. So she goes on to say that in the past month, a lot of swatting has been going on, and notably doesn't show any proof of that swatting. Now, I'm not willing right now to say she's lying about swatting. I mean, I will later, but I'm not saying that now, because it's incredibly possible for some internet weirdo to go out of their way to do something so far and so stupid that they swat her, because people on the internet are bonkers and that happens far too much. But she went on to give reasons why the SWAT team was deployed to her home. And straight up, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reasons she gave in this video about how she was swatted and why the SWAT team showed up, make me doubtful that any militant armed police force would appear, because it's nonsense. Now let me be clear. A swatting is when someone claims you have committed a crime large enough to warrant a SWAT team to be deployed to your home. The most common is to report a false tip that you have committed a murder or you're holding people hostage, you are armed and dangerous, all of that stuff. You need to remember that. Those are the common swatting tips. Remember that when I go over the reasons she says that a SWAT team showed up at her home. Now the first complaint was from someone who allegedly said that Lillee Jean was a minor, that she was going to kill herself, and that she was already dead. This is the first claim she made, and out of all of the claims, it holds the most water as maybe this would be a potential reason for a SWAT team to show up. But also, no. First off, it's confusing because I don't see how someone could put a tip in that she's going to kill herself and also she's already dead, which is what she said. So I don't get that aspect of it. But as someone who has had the police called on them because someone else thought I was going to wound myself mortally, in my experience, they do not send a SWAT team to your home for that. The cops aren't like, oh no, this girl's going to hurt herself, let's bust down the door and shove a gun in her face. That's not how it rolls, or at least that's not how it rolls in my experience. She then goes on to give other reasons she was swatted, which includes her saying that the SWAT team came because she, quote, was in a wheelchair. Let's just sit in this for a while. I don't know who told Lillee that, but being in a wheelchair is not a crime. It's just simply not. It's not a crime. I am also not kidding. I'll put the clip in right now. But if you watch the video, if you go to her channel, go to this video to the 2-minute and 5-second mark, she straight up says it. She straight up says the tip was that I was in a wheelchair and then I was swatted. And I just don't understand. I grew up with the murderer, and apparently being in a wheelchair gets a SWAT team deployed on you. So much of my brain is confused. All of my brain is confused. For real, I don't know who told Lillee Jean this, but no cops would arrive at your house just because you are in a wheelchair. They wouldn't deploy a fucking SWAT team to your home for that. Hell, I don't think if I called the cops and told them, hey, my neighbor was in a wheelchair, I don't think they would do anything besides tell me that I'm a dumb fucking cunt. Do you think that people who are in wheelchairs are constantly living with the cops busting down their doors all the time because apparently a wheelchair is now a sign of a criminal offense? Do you think that, Lillee? Because that makes no sense at all. But was that it? No, it was not. Because apparently the third tip that was given to the police that caused a SWAT team to be deployed after they came because she was in a wheelchair, was that the evil swatters told the police that she had rotten teeth. Again, obviously, the SWAT team was deployed for that. If I called the cops right now and said, hey cops, I have bad teeth, they would of course come. I want so badly to have an access to the police call that she's referencing that says that, because what the actual fuck does that sound like? Hello, 911? Yes, I'm calling to report that Lillee Jean has bad teeth. Please send help right away. Did they send a SWAT team full of dentists? What is the crime? It makes no sense. I truly do not believe that Lillee Jean, when she sat down to make this video, knew what swatting was, but I think she literally only knew that people were scared of swatting. So she's like, yes, this is my out. I will just say this happened and I will make reasons as I go along because I am an actress. I am an artist and a dancer and a makeup artist. I'm so good. And then my guys, the last tip, the last thing that she claims she was swatted for, the last thing that the cult, reminder, because we're a cult, of Lillee Jean called into the police and got them to appear at her doorstep with guns drawn. According to her, she said, the last tip was called in to report she was Jewish. I didn't know I would have to say this, but if I call the cops and tell them my neighbor is Jewish, they are not going to send a SWAT team. They are not going to send anyone. They are going to hang up on me. You know why? Because being Jewish is not a crime. And literally, if anyone got a call saying, hey, I think my neighbors are Jewish, send the cops right away. It wouldn't. It would not. It simply would not at all. So again, the list of reasons she gave to the police that resulted in her being swatted multiple times over were she was going to hurt herself, she was in a wheelchair, she has bad teeth, and she is Jewish. A fully armed SWAT team appeared at her home, according to her, because of that. What now? I wanted to get to the bottom of this because I'm a little raccoon. I love eating trash, and also Lillee is a liar. She likes to lie. Her whole career is based on the lie that she has 1 million followers. So I was like, bet. Let me find out what actually happened. I'm putting on my Sherlock Holmes little hat, which means I ask one person. And it turns out the real reason that Lillee is pissed is because one of the people she sent a copyright strike to, that being Reno, was concerned for her safety because she sent an email to him which stated this: my personal space privacy is being completely corrupted by these people. Will YouTube be happy if I kill myself? Because this is what this community of cyberbullies want, and you are aiding and abetting her. By the way, the her she's talking about is Callie Mara, whose only crime was making a video in which she drew Lillee Jean's art in her own style and improved it and gave her pointers. So I don't know why she thinks Callie wants her dead. She doesn't. She critiqued your art. It is not that difficult, dude. Now Reno read Lillee's email, and he was slightly concerned because he believed she was expressing interest in hurting herself. And because he didn't want to see that happen because he's a normal fucking person, he called the police and asked them to do a wellness check on her, which is a lot different than being swatted. When you are being swatted, a gun is put in your face, you are told to stay on the ground, and the cops will invade your home looking for any sign of a crime, looking for any sign of what they had been reported that you are doing that would cause them to break into your home. When someone calls in a wellness check, they literally just show up and make sure you are in the right state of mind and not at risk of harming yourself or others. Those two things are very different. One is a lot more dangerous than the other one. But according to little Lillee Jean over here, they are exactly the same, and Reno was apparently being anti-Semitic when he wanted to make sure she didn't fucking die. Later on that night, when this happened, she went on Instagram Live to say that one officer arrived to make sure she was okay. But then, later on in her retelling, she changed it to 6 officers showed up, and it was so big. Then, in a later retelling, she said a whole squadron appeared, and then it turned into a SWAT team. She also said it was Callie who made it happen, even though Reno has said, I was concerned, so I called in a welfare check, and she's like, no, it must be the Australian. So this whole thing is just a lie. She is lying, like she always does. But because she could not be honest if she tried. Honesty for her, who knows how that would read? What kills me the most is just how bad she is at lying, genuinely. I would assume that if you make your whole brand off of lying, that you would at least be kind of good at it, that you would be low-key devious and just real smart, but no, they're not even slightly believable. She's really breaking the mold here, failing at the one thing she does more than anything. But is that it? No. Okay, so I just realized that Lillee Jean's video itself is 12 minutes and I've been talking for longer than she has been alive. I've been talking for 30 full minutes, so I'm going to speed run the rest. At the 4-minute and 51-second mark, she gets mad that some of the people who she falsely copyright strike didn't give their real legal information and instead used relatives' information because they knew she was going to dox them if they provided her their real info. She then said that everyone who is against her gets to, quote, live without consequence, and she hates that. Which, no, they don't. The people who are, quote, against you, who have called you out for the things that you do, you've literally doxed them and put them directly in danger. That's what you've done. There are consequences. But it also makes you look like a huge dink, and people don't like when you attack other people, and it just makes you look bad, so nobody supports you. She then goes on to say that everyone gets to silence her, but nobody silences them. And then at the 9-minute mark, continues on that same line of thought, and says that she would never send a fake tip to the police, but they should know that she could if she wanted to. She has all your info. She can totally do it. Which, that's just a threat. You're just threatening people now. But she ends it by saying nobody can cancel her, and she's the queen, and everyone's going to try to cancel her, but nobody can, because she's just so powerful. And to that, I would like to say one thing to Lillee. You're right. No one can cancel you because you are not a thing. To cancel someone would be to take away their platform. And straight up, you, by any stretch of the imagination, do not have one. I know that's rude, but you don't. You need to stop threatening people and you need to own up to your past mistakes. That's the only way people are going to stop talking about you. Just own up to the things you have done. It's that simple. And with you threatening people, you're just making yourself look weak. And if you want to be the hashtag girl boss that you say that you are and the CEO of Lillee Jean Beauty, which you swear is coming, you have to know that you are doing a terrible job. So that's that. I have been talking for a long time and I'm pretty sure I can hear my super racist neighbors already starting to argue even though it's early morning. So I need to put my Raycons in. I need to do other things now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Lillee was swatted? Are you a part of the Lillee Jean cult? Let me know that and more down there. And with that, I'm out of here. Later days.